What is good, y'all? What's going on with you? What is going on? Yeah, it's that time again. It is that time again. I'm trying to do my thing now and get everybody or get all my streams set up, so bear with me. Um, I hope your day is good, man. I hope you're having a really good day. Um, I'm back from vacation and I'm happy to be back, happy to be home, happy to get my mind right and get some work done. All right, so I'm posting these on different sites real quick. Give me a second. I'm going to try something different. Hopefully y'all can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know. What's good to everybody? Give me 1 second. I think we're ready to go here. If you can, y'all know what to do. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you also share this channel. Share the stream now. It's that type of party. All right, copy that. And we're going to get into it. I like tonight's games. They're really about to start, man. I got real late here. Sorry about that. So I won't even keep y'all very long at all. I'm not. I promise I won't. I just had to get back in, make sure. Really, I just get into my routine. The thing about it, man, really is when you're on vacation, man, I mean, I wanted to kind of work, but I was still doing a little bit of work outside of that. So I'm happy to be back and at least start to get back into this process. Got a new little giddy up here, so hopefully it's sounding better. I'll be adding on as time goes. Now, let's get into this, man. There's something that I wanted to do this time, and that is the games for tonight. There's only two of them. We've got Atlanta Hawks at Philly that's about to start. We know that's game 2. And we also have game 1 with the LA Clippers at Utah Jazz. So the first thing I'll do is just look at these lines right now. Let's see if I can do something different, y'all. Let's see if I can share the screen with y'all. Let's see if I would. Yeah, okay. All right. Can I do it? I don't know if I can. Well, I guess I can't. I wanted to show y'all, but I don't think I can. Let's see if I can. Can I? Please let me share it. Okay. It lost permission. Okay. Anyways, getting into these games, man, we had 2 for tonight. I'll try to work on that at some later time. I'm sorry about that, y'all, but I wanted to share the screen so you can actually see what I was looking at regarding these games. These games are, in my opinion, man, they could go either way, and it's not really a dominant team that you would believe so. The Jazz is not the dominant team, and Philly should be the dominant team, but they really don't come across as the dominant one, especially in game 1. And there's some things that I wanted to show you in that game. Well, first off, there's a lot of issues with Doc Rivers coaching. There were some issues, especially with Danny Green trying to guard Trey. That was an issue. That was an honest to goodness issue. Casual, what's good, baby? That was an issue. And you see that the change didn't happen until the second half, where they trapped Trey and was able to put some pressure on him. There was 3 defenders on Trey, the main person being Green. I believe the numbers were almost 23 possessions, a ton of points, man. And he went 7 for 7 for the line. So what you'll see happening in this game, it's kind of crazy what works out. You'll see a repeat kind of the first game, but a little bit of adjustments. And this is what the first game looked like. If you watch that game closely, look at the first and second quarter. They were running a shitload of double staggers, right? So they would have Capella and Collins run it. I even saw one where Gallinari and Capella run it, and Trey is doing so many different things just based on that double drag, that double stagger action. what's happening is one player, generally it'll be Capella, he will pick and roll. And then another player will pick and pop, which will cause the switch. And when that switch happens, you get the player who you want on Trey. And what wound up happening is Clint Capella, when he went to go pick and roll, Trey would see that and would see Joel Embiid having to make a decision. And that is, well, let me back it up. Once that double action happens, you'll see the guys getting in front of the pick. They weren't going behind it. They were going in front of it, right? So the second that they went in front of the pick, Trey would put them in jail. He would front them. And so now you got this pick and roll action where Capella's going down. And because Trey is in front of his man who has got him in jail, which most likely was Green, Joel Embiid is kind of at the nail. And he's got to make a decision. Am I going to commit to Trey, or am I going to let Clint Capella get this easy shot? Got to pour my Jim Beam here. Forgot about that. Cheers. Cheers. So yeah, so that you saw a lot of attention being made to Trey, and you saw there was business decisions being made because Trey can get you in foul trouble. I heard a lot of people talking about those whistles were on Trey. And so when players know that, they got to make business decisions. They got to make business decisions. And that decision is, do I want to almost possibly commit an early foul, and get myself in foul trouble? Or can I just let him try to shoot his little one-legger and see if I can get a defensive board if it goes off the rim? So you saw that a lot. You saw other times where there were these double staggers, and he would just ignore it. Trey would just ignore it and just run around it. And once again, you've got Joel Embiid kind of stuck at the paint. And at times when he did commit, when he did make that decision to where he would commit, then you had Capella up. You had Collins. There was an alley-oop to Collins, man. So when you see these types of things happening, and when you see there's so much attention being made on one player, it kind of tells you their game plan. And that is, we'll let him do what he does to a certain extent. And the thing is they didn't make the adjustment in time. So they pretty much let Trey cook him in the first half. Now you saw the trap actions happening in the second half. And what wound up happening is Trey actually wasn't good at all. He wasn't good at all. If you look at his numbers, second half, he was terrible. First half, he was insane. I wanted to share my screen with y'all. God doggone, I'm so mad I can't do that. But when you look at these numbers, they were almost kind of even, man. If you look at the numbers, right? If you look at this game, Atlanta was 51 from the field, 43 and 95. Philly was terrible from the nail, right? They were terrible from the charity stripe. 55 from the field, 34, so they were lower, right, than the Hawks, which they should be unless you got Curry on fire. And then 69 from the charity stripe. So that's low. That 24 for 35, that's 11 points right there. That's a game changer. So in my opinion, you'll see a team come out tonight that's going to do better at the stripe. I was reading something about the refs coaching, but that was a different game, not this game. Or the refs actually stepping up to probably blow the whistle the right way. That should happen in both games. But in any case, this game still looks like it could go to Atlanta. Game 2, because of what's been mentioned about game 1, still looks like there could be a way to take Atlanta, and if anything, have them just cover the 6 points. There was a discussion happening in one of the rooms today where it's one of those things to where if you're going to pick a side, you can either take Philly minus the 6 or take Atlanta money line. And it just seems like I agree with that. I know there's logic that a lot of people probably wouldn't understand about it, but it's one of those things to where this game can get ugly again to where Atlanta's going to eke out a small win, or Philly's going to blow them out. So it's one of those things to where if you took the +6, you probably won't cover. You're probably better off taking the money line for more value there. Looking at this game, I ran the model for the game, and this game is still set as it was the first game. And that's why it always gives me also a little cause for pause there as well, man. So this game right now goes to Philly plus or minus 0.10 points. 0.10 points is the cover for Philly, which means they don't cover the 6. Now you look at the story that's being told at the books, right? You look at the story that Vegas and these casinos are telling you. Man, this number got juiced. This number got juiced. Man, this number got juiced. Opened up at 4.5. It is now 6.5. 6.5, man. That is a ton of money coming in on Philly. That is a ton of money coming in on Philly. Also, at the same time, remember this, the majority of the public is on Philly. So when you see this type of juice, right, where you see this 2-point movement, man, that's sharp money coming in on Philly, and that's public money coming in on Philly. So if you want to be contrarian, yeah, you can go Atlanta money line or Atlanta +6. What I'd seen just rewatching this game one, man, there's got to be some serious adjustments made. So this is what I think could happen. First off, Doc has got to trap Trey early, right? So why did he not do that in the first place? Why did he not kind of get out of that scheme and start trapping him right away? I think he understands the arsenal that team has. You've got Gallinari, man. You've got Bog. I mean, these are deadly shooters, right? And you still got a pick and roll in Capella and Collins. I've been saying it for a minute now, man. It's just entirely too much firepower on that team. And I know it's the Hawks, and I know they're the fifth seed team, man. But you get these guys time to play, bro, and you get a little chemistry built behind them, especially in the playoffs, especially against the Knicks, who were a higher seeded team than them, who were actually better coached, has probably a better coach. Well, obviously, he's coach of the year. That was a Cinderella team, but met Atlanta, man, and could not have an answer. Could not have an answer. Now, obviously, New York isn't Philly, right? Obviously, Julius Randle is not Joel Embiid. But there is a problem with that Ben Simmons guy. Big problem there. So in my opinion, I like Atlanta still. I haven't gotten to the window at all with this game, man. I probably won't at all. This would be another game to where I'd like to see what the adjustment made is by Doc Rivers here. There's got to be an adjustment made. If there is an adjustment made, then you're going to see a repeat of game 2, or a repeat in game 2 that game 1 was. So I don't see why you don't try to trap him now and just make everybody else beat you. Essentially, Trey, you allowed Trey to beat you. He controlled that entire game. He was the Luka of the East. For real. I mean, he got his shot wherever he wanted to get his shot. He was able to throw his throw lobs. I mean, he was able to he didn't even need the screens at time. That's how much attention was being put on him. So I believe if you really got to make me bet something, then my gut still says Atlanta. That's my gut. My gut says Atlanta, but it's not strong enough for me to put something down, because I still got to believe, man, Philly's a great team, bro. They are a great team. So the model has Philly barely covering the game. It's the same number as last number, so it could be a glitch there. I like Atlanta gut-wise, but the play is most likely Philly. It's got to be at this point. If I'm looking at the books and let the books tell me a story, it's got to be Philly or nothing. So I do like that angle there. All right, next game, y'all, and we just going through them real quick, man. If anything, I just wanted to pop back on. Just say what's good to y'all. Say what's good to y'all. Next game, man, is Clippers at Jazz. This game, this is probably another game to where I would be more confident in taking Jazz versus taking Atlanta in the first game. And the reason why is I was also looking at Jazz highlights and just their 3 games that they played this season. Jazz beat them 2-1. Donovan, there's no answer for Donovan. And that was with Pat Bev in there. So I know there was some discussion about Pat Bev coming in. He was just honestly too small for Luka. So you probably put Pat Bev in the mix. But Pat Bev cannot stop Donovan at all. Donovan just cut to the basket whenever he wants. He's just a step faster than Pat Bev, in my opinion. You also had Serge Ibaka, who was playing at the time. He's not playing now, but you are seeing better results out of Zubac. You're seeing better play out of him, honestly. First game, there was also no playoff P, but for what it's worth, he's getting all the slander, regardless of how good he plays, man. I will never understand it, but this is just the society we live in, man, to where you just got to be somebody. You got to throw up 30 and shoot, at a 90% clip every night. I don't get it. So looking at these games, they really came alive against the Clippers. The Jazz had no problem beating them at Utah and at Los Angeles. So I don't really see how the Jazz can kind of get away from that scheme. And their scheme really was just letting Donovan do his thing, man. It was I don't want to say ISO ball because that's not how they play. But you're not going to see Donovan just shooting threes at a long clip, man. And he just really was. He was shooting threes at will. I personally just believe that this is a Jazz game. It's a Jazz game. Clippers have really played hard, but at the same time, man, you don't have an answer for Kawhi. I think that's been proven. So maybe you're going to see the Jazz game plan to where they're going to put a lot of attention on Kawhi, just the same amount of attention that Philly's putting on Trey, because that's who you have to stop, right? That's who you have to stop is Kawhi. The thing is you get these different games out of Kawhi, man, to where sometimes he kind of just is real lackadaisical with this play. And then other times, man, like game 6 and 7, bro, I'm just like, yo, this man is the reason why Toronto has a ring. This man is the reason why LA Clippers just may get to the Western Conference Finals. I mean, it's just I like Jazz. They have been disrespected, especially the second half of the season. But I do like them to at least come out here and smack them. I do. I believe Ty Lue makes great adjustments. He's got a good supporting cast. I've never been a fan of Snyder. Never been a fan of him because he coaches scary rather. So I'm just thinking that this will just be one of those games to where the Jazz are going to score easily. They're going to keep the ball moving. You're going to get Ingles involved. You're going to get Clarkson involved. Bro showed up today with a Kobe jersey. So that's why I was like Jazz by 50. You just don't know what motivates these guys to get up. Now, this game, as far as the model, this game has Jazz winning by 10.5 points. That's a lot. 10.5 points is a lot. Right now, you see this. If I'm looking at the number now, it went down because of the Conley news. It's Jazz -3. So it could be some money that's come in, maybe a little bit of money on the Clippers, but that's the Conley news that would make the Jazz drop. Here's the funny thing also. A lot of the money is coming in, or a lot of the public money is coming in for Utah. So now do you roll with the public or, what do you do here? My opinion, I do like Jazz to win this game. I don't care if Conley isn't in, really. I like Ingles and Clarkson. You haven't really had that much, Conley hasn't really given you that much. He gave you, a really good series, kinda, with the Grizz, but I'm just not really big on Conley for what it's worth. I don't know why. He's a great player. He's a veteran. He's been in the league a long time, but I don't know, man. I do like Clarkson when he shows up, to be honest with you. When the Jazz lose, it's because they're able to contain Donovan and still not have those set pieces shoot, man. And so Clarkson needs to get off. He needs to give you like 20 tonight. Gobert needs to give you at least 10, 12 boards and just keep this game low. Keep it low. And so I like the Jazz. I do agree with the model, but I probably won't get there either. I like Atlanta. I agree with the model that they won't cover, but I probably won't get there either because Philly they're just too good of a squad. So yeah, those are the plays for today, man. Just these two games. I hope you were able to get something from it. I think we'll probably see some really good ball today, provided that the refs don't get in the way. I think you'll see some really good ball today. So that's it, man. That's it. Wanted to come on. Hope y'all doing well. appreciate everyone for watching, and make sure you have a good day. I'll talk with y'all tomorrow.